Most guys who try to grow out their hair end up giving up way too soon, and there's a few reasons for this. Obviously, there's the dreaded awkward phase, but then there's of course the added cost, care, and maintenance that frankly, most guys just don't understand what to do. If you're new to the channel, my name is Tyler Warlow, and I make videos on self-improvement tips that I wish I knew when I was younger. All these videos center around how to improve your life through your confidence, capabilities, and overall happiness. And in today's video, I figured that I would discuss how to grow your hair out properly. As I'm sure some of y'all have noticed in my videos that I've been growing my hair out. I tried doing this a while ago back in COVID, and ultimately it just didn't work out. I didn't take very good care of my hair and ended up cutting it because I felt like it didn't look very healthy. So in today's video, I'm going to be covering some of the mistakes that I made and what you can do to avoid them so you can grow out your hair the right way. The first thing I'm going to come in and say is that you need to stop overwashing your hair. It's a very common mistake that guys make, especially because it's something that we'll typically do when we have short hair. When you have short hair and you wash it every single day, it's just the easiest way to keep it clean. But what you'll start to notice as your hair starts getting longer, if you wash it every single day, it will dry out your hair and your scalp. I personally made this mistake and as a result ended up having an extremely itchy scalp that caused a lot of flaking and dandruff that honestly just didn't look very good or healthy in my hair. It didn't matter how I tried to dry my hair, whether it was through air dry or by using a hair dryer, it always just looked super frizzy and dried out and unhealthy. Another common mistake when it comes to washing your hair is using those 2-in-1 shampoos and conditioners. That's really just not how a good product works. You can't have one product that does both things. But going back to our original statement of overwashing your hair, honestly, this is going to depend on the person. For most people, this is usually going to fall somewhere between 2 or 3 times a week. If you're someone whose hair and scalp get oily really quickly, then you might want to do it a little more often, but you do not need to do it every single day. If you're someone who feels like you need to wash your hair every single day, what you can do instead is get a good cleaning conditioner that you can use every single day. Conditioner is something that you can use every day, and it's going to only help improve the health of your hair overall. It's going to help your hair to retain its natural oils that it will be getting from the scalp, and it just helps it to give it a shine and a moisture that the shampoo would be normally stripping from it. Now, something that is important to understand when it comes both to cleaning and styling your hair is understanding your hair type. And honestly, that's going to come down to 2 things. It's going to come down to how straight or wavy your hair is, and then just how fine it is. I have slightly wavy hair, but I also have hair that's pretty fine, so it has a tendency to poof out a lot and look really frizzy and bad whenever it's just gotten dried naturally. So I have to use products that help kind of tame that frizz and allow me to not look like my hair is just all over the place and messy. It's going to be different depending on your hair type. If you're someone who's got thicker hair with really strong curls, then you might need something that's got a little bit stronger of a hold to help hold the style that you put in place all day. This will take some trial and error on your part and some research. You can usually find some pretty good videos here on YouTube explaining what the best products might be for your hair type. So take the time to learn so you can use the products that will help your hair to look its best. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that people tend to make when trying to grow their hair out is cutting it way too often. There's a common myth out there that says cutting your hair will help it to grow faster, and honestly, that is just not the case. Hair grows the same speed no matter how often you cut it, and all you're doing by cutting the hair is setting back your progress that you've spent. Generally, the reason that you might want to actually cut your hair is to help clean up the hair and cut off some of those split ends that might be happening. Split ends can kind of make your hair look really dry and messy and not super healthy, so it can be good to clean those up every once in a while. But honestly, this can be personal preference. If you want your hair to get to that longer length faster, then don't worry about cutting it. But if you want to keep it looking neater while you grow it out, then go ahead and trim it maybe every 4 to 6 months or so, depending on how fast your hair is growing. But Again, don't let people tell you that cutting your hair is going to make it grow faster. That's just not true, and it's going to make it take longer for you to grow your hair out. This is about the length of my hair after about 9 months of not cutting it at all. And again, this will vary from person to person, but you can see how long it's taken me just to get to this point. Now, of course, like I brought up at the beginning of the video, there is that kind of dreaded awkward stage when your hair is getting just a little bit too long for you to really be able to manage with your normal styling products, but it's too short for you to do any sort of styling that you would normally do with long hair, such as a ponytail or a man bun. And in this phase, you're gonna wanna take advantage of things like hats and headbands to kind of help hide just how kind of untamable the hair is going to be during this time. You can, of course, work with some simple styling aids to give you a little bit of hold, but hats are really gonna be your best friend because they're gonna help cover up the hair when it's really having those days where it just does not wanna cooperate. And of course, you should own the transition. Confidence is gonna come from how you carry the style. If you treat it like it's an awkward phase and you constantly try to hide it and you don't let anyone see it, of course other people are gonna view it as the awkward phase. But if you put in a little bit of extra effort and you kind of intentionally style it and use accessories to make it look a little better, then people are gonna see that confidence that you have and view it as being stylish. Finally, take the time to learn how to properly care for your hair outside of just washing it. As your hair gets longer, it's gonna take more time and attention to keep it looking healthy. Sometimes just giving it a simple wash and conditioner isn't always gonna be what makes it look its best. One of the things that comes highly recommended by several people on YouTube is by regularly using a hair mask. And again, this is going to vary depending on just how oily your own hair is, on how often you need to actually use that. They're pretty simple and easy to find. You can find things like a coconut oil hair mask or an avocado oil hair mask, but they're pretty easy to find in your general store, and they help leave your hair feeling a lot softer and give it kind of a natural, healthy shine after you've gone through washing it. Depending on your hair type, you're gonna wanna look into different products to help keep it looking its healthiest. And finally, while the hair on your head might be growing out, you can keep the hair on your face neat and trimmed. By keeping everything else pretty clean cut, it's going to make the hair growth look intentional, so it doesn't just look like everything's going wild and looking messy. But that's going to bring us to the end of today's video. If you found today's video to be helpful or informative, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to join me along in this self-improvement journey. If you had any of your own thoughts, ideas, or opinions, please let me know with a comment down below. I like to read and respond to as many of them as I can. If you're interested in more videos like this one that are focused on confidence and personal appearance, be sure to check out this video right here on how to build confidence with no money. If you're more interested in my most recent stuff, be sure to check out this video right here. But until the next time, this is Tyler Warlow, signing off.